Hey guys, this is Mitchell from Gamefront once again. My computer over there is having some trouble. I'm trying to finish up Ninja Gaiden 3 finally, and I ended up seeing, once again, I end up seeing, it's been something that's been gnawing at the back of my head for a long time now. People have been wondering where my Dark Souls vs. Demon Souls video is. The truth is, I recorded it a really long time ago. I worked really hard on it, which is why I didn't want to just, wing it and do it again. I typed up a whole page of notes. I recorded like a 8-minute long video. I didn't just read off the notes. I used the notes to kind of help me and prevent me from stuttering and stammering, and which I'm probably gonna end up doing. But I decided that if it'll get you guys to be satisfied, I'll do my my Dark Souls Demon Souls comparison video, or just which one I like better and why. Let me first start by saying I think both games are amazing. I think they're not for everyone, and I think everyone knows that Dark Souls and Demon Souls are not games that are for everyone. They require a lot of patience. They require a lot of time investment, and they require a certain amount of skill and dedication to getting through them. To get through them. As for which one I like better, it's hard to say. I think that Dark Souls is ultimately the better game. I think that the structure of the game for Dark Souls is a much better structure. I think the Estus flasks are a better healing system than the grasses. I mean, in Demon Souls, if you run out of grass, you just gotta go back to one previous level, kill the same guy over and over again. And it's just it's not worth it for having to refill on healing stuff. I really like the design of Dark Souls. Oh my god, it's one of the best. I don't want to say open worlds because it's not like Skyrim or anything like that, but it's one of the best free roaming worlds I've ever seen. The way that it's structured so that you're basically like, you try to go one way. It's like a I like to compare it to a lumberjack match in wrestling. If you try to go like somewhere you're not supposed to, like outside the ring, they beat you and say, "No, go that way. Go back in the ring." And I really love that style of design because it's something that hasn't really ever been done before. Usually, places where you're not supposed to go are locked off by some magical gate, and Dark Souls obviously has some of that to prevent you from getting too off course. But I really like the design in Dark Souls. However, I would have to say that I had more fun playing Demon Souls, and the reason for that is because I feel like I came into Demon Souls already with the experience of playing Dark Souls, so I wasn't really a Demon Souls virgin, let's just say. It was a lot easier for me to get to the fun stuff before, in Dark Souls, let's just say, there was a very long period of time where it's like frustration, mind-numbing, like anger, and then, oh, hey, this is kind of fun now. Oh, hey, this is really fun. So there was none of that process in Demon Souls, which obviously, I can't really say which one is better because I'm biased in that way. But I think I had more fun playing Demon Souls because of the fact that I came off of Dark Souls. I didn't get my ass kicked as much in Demon Souls. It's never fun getting your ass kicked. As much as you do die in Demon Souls, it's not fun. Demon Souls and Dark Souls, it's not fun to die. It's something I try to avoid in video games. What else was I going to say? The bosses. Let's go into the bosses. A lot of people have been comparing the bosses of Dark Souls and Demon Souls. I tend to... A lot of people actually said that the bosses in Demon Souls were harder than the bosses in Dark Souls, which I don't really agree with. I think if I was to think back at the bosses of Demon Souls, the only ones I think I really had trouble with were the Man-Eater, the Flame Lurker, I'm sure there were some more. The first boss of the Boltarian Palace is not the Phalanx. The one after that is pretty tough. that's kind of all like I feel was really challenging in Demon Souls. Dark Souls, I got hung up on the Capra Demon, got hung up on Ornstein Smoke, got hung up on the Four Kings, got hung up on the last boss. Yeah, I thought that the bosses in Dark Souls were a lot harder, but they're both equally memorable. I think both games have some of the highest standard boss fights in video games, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think ultimately, just to sum everything up in a nice little package, I think Dark Souls is ultimately the better game, better designed. I think that Demon Souls was more fun, mainly because I think the difficulty progression for me was a lot smoother in Demon Souls, and I spent a lot less time hating the game than I did Dark Souls, because there is a love-hate relationship I have with Dark Souls. Ultimately, love has prevailed, but you know there were some rough times. It's like a relationship. You gotta work through the tough times to get to the good times. And now me and Dark Souls, we're on good terms. We're on good terms. So yeah, that's my thing about Dark Souls and Demon Souls. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this will satisfy you guys, and I won't have to do this again. So thanks for watching, and yeah, bye.